2 points, that's all Aryna Sabalenka needed. A set in hand, a double break in the second, serving at 5-4, 30-15. Across the net stood a 22-year-old playing her first Grand Slam quarterfinal. Everyone inside court Philippe Chatrier thought the match was over, so, it seemed, did Sabalenka. Those 2 points never came. What followed was one of the strangest collapses the tournament has ever seen, and by the time it was finished, the entire shape of this French Open had changed. The wind was vicious that afternoon, gusts climbing toward 40 km an hour, players wiping clay from their eyes between points. Sabalenka handled it first. She took the opening set 6-3, her heavy ball bullying Diana Shnaider around the court. Then she raced to 4-1 in the second. The world number 1 was cruising. Then the wind picked up another notch, and so did the unraveling. Serving for the match at 5-4, 2 points away, Sabalenka suddenly looked like someone who couldn't find the source of the leak. She dropped serve, she lost the set 7-5, and then the third set simply disappeared, 6-love. From the moment she was 2 points from victory, she won just one more service game, losing 11 of the final 12 games. By the end she had piled up 57 unforced errors. In the deciding set, down love 30, she stopped dead and screamed into the Paris sky. Down love 40, facing match point, she saved 2, and then she netted a forehand. Game, set, match, Shnaider. Final score, 3-6, 7-5, 6-love. The world number 1 packed her bag and walked off. A sign above the court reads, "Victory belongs to the most tenacious." On this afternoon, it felt written for the underdog. On the other side of the net, the emotion was the exact opposite. "Well, honestly, I'm speechless. I'm super happy," Shnaider said afterward. "I tried not to think about the score, just point by point. She's the world number 1, so I had to fight for every single point." And she didn't simply watch Sabalenka self-destruct, she found another gear. "In the third set I finally found my rhythm, when to defend, when to attack." A 22-year-old left-hander, seeded 25th, her first major quarterfinal, and now, the same afternoon, her first major semifinal. Her previous best at a slam was the 4th round of the 2024 US Open. To beat the world number 1, she had to climb back from a set and a double breakdown. Here's the uncomfortable part, we have seen this before. 1 year ago, same court, the 2025 Roland-Garros final, where Sabalenka lost to Coco Gauff and let her first clay major slip away. She shouted at herself that day 2, glared at her own box, and then pinned the defeat on her own errors and on the wind, rather than on Gauff. Asked what happened after she'd led 4-1, her answer back then was, "I think it was more windy." Days later she sent Gauff a private apology. Completely unprofessional, she admitted, "I let my emotions get the better of me." And she asked the question that has trailed her for years, why did I lose so many finals? 12 months on, same court, same wind, same collapse. The verdict came back almost word for word, Sabalenka's toughest opponent is, and always has been, herself. Immense talent, the biggest game in the sport, and a habit of unspooling the instant a lead needs protecting. Fans split down the middle. One camp went for the cruel line, Sabalenka beat Sabalenka again. The other couldn't watch it as a joke, a great champion drowning 2 points from dry land. And one number underlines how big this is, only the second time in her last 14 Grand Slams that Sabalenka has failed to reach the semifinals. But the real weight of this match wasn't on the court, it was in the draw around it. This French Open had been tearing up the script from day one. Defending champion Coco Gauff, already out. 4-time champion IGA Swiatek, beaten earlier in this very tournament by Marta Kostyuk. Elena Rybakina, who beat Sabalenka to win the Australian Open this year, gone early, buried under 71 unforced errors of her own. And then there was Sabalenka. She was the last Grand Slam champion left standing in either the men's or women's draw. The moment she walked off Chatrier, one thing became certain: this weekend, the women's title goes to a first-time Grand Slam champion. Every one of the 4 players left in the draw has never won a major. This isn't a single upset, it's an entire power structure suddenly standing empty. So who's left to claim it? On one side, Marta Kostyuk and Mira Andreeva. Kostyuk, 23, hasn't lost a single match on clay all season, 17 straight wins. She knocked out Swiatek, then beat fellow Ukrainian Aryna Sabalenka 6-3, 2-6, 6-2 in the quarterfinals. She's the first Ukrainian woman in the Open era to reach the Roland-Garros semifinals. Waiting for her is Andreeva, the 19-year-old prodigy chasing a first major final. Russia against Ukraine, a semi-final carrying tension far beyond tennis. On the other side, Shnaider, and the Cinderella of the entire tournament, Maja Swiatek. Ranked 114th in the world, she started in qualifying and has now won 8 matches in a row to reach the last 4. Only the second qualifier ever to make the women's semifinals at Roland-Garros, after Nadia Podoroska. In the quarterfinals she took out the 22nd seed Anna Kalinske, 7-6, 6-3. The woman who toppled the world #1 against the woman who fought up from the qualifying courts. Whoever reaches Saturday's final, it's a story tennis won't forget. One last thing worth sitting with. There are 2 ways to read this. 1. It was Sabalenka's mind, that old inability to close out the biggest matches, surfacing again at the worst possible moment. 2. Look at the wreckage of this draw. Gauff, Swiatek, Rybakina, Sabalenka, all gone, and you see a women's game where the top has flattened out. The truth is probably somewhere in between. But here's the hard fact: it was the win defense can't survive. The same thing, on the same court, has now happened 2 years running. When she stepped to the line, Aryna Sabalenka was 2 points from the semifinals. Those 2 points never arrived, and in their place, Paris cleared the way for someone entirely new. The throne is empty. This weekend, somebody lifts a first Grand Slam trophy of their life.